How many people don't know Hindi at all? Oh, yeah, that's not hard. We will just translate. We'll give a summary of it. Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Saha Viryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Adhadvidiyodhyayah. Om Adhadvidiyodhyayah. Sanjaya Uvacha. Sanjaya Uvacha. Antatha kripaya vishtam. Antatha kripaya vishtam. Ashrupurnakulekshanam. Ashrupurnakulekshanam. Vishidantamidam vakyam. Vishidantamidam vakyam. Uvacha Madhusudanaha. Uvacha Madhusudanaha. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha. Kutastvakashmalamidam. Kutastvakashmalamidam. Vishame samupasthitam. Vishame samupasthitam. Anaryajushtamasvargyam. Anaryajushtamasvargyam. Akirtikaram Arjuna. Akirtikaram Arjuna. Klaivyam asmagamah partha. Klaivyam asmagamah partha. Naitattvayupapadyate. Naitattvayupapadyate. Kshudraм hridaya daurvalyam. Kshudram hridaya daurvalyam. Yaktotishta parantapa. Yaktotishta parantapa. Arjuna uvacha. Arjuna uvacha. Katham bhishmamaham sankhye. Katham bhishmamaham sankhye. Dronancha madhusudana. Dronancha madhusudana. Ishubhih pratiyotsyami. Ishubhih pratiyotsyami. Pujarha varisudana. Pujarha varisudana. Now here is a tune change. Guruna hatva hi mahanubhavan. Guruna hatva hi mahanubhavan. Shreyo bhoktum bhaikshyamapiha loke. Shreyo bhoktum bhaikshyamapiha loke. Hatvarthakamanstu gurunihaiva. Hatvarthakamanstu gurunihaiva. Bhunjiya bhogan rudhirapradigdhan. Bhunjiya bhogan rudhirapradigdhan. Na chaitadvidmaha. Na chaitadvidmaha. Kadaram no gariyah. Kadaram no gariyah. Yadva jayema. Yadva jayema. Yadivano jayeyuhu. Yadivano jayeyuhu. Again it is yuhu. Ha. Okay. Yadivano jayeyuhu. Yadivano jayeyuhu. Yaneva hatva najijimishamaha. Yaneva hatva najijimishamaha. Teva sthitah pramukhe dhartarashtraha. Teva sthitah pramukhe dhartarashtraha. So, Arjuna got a scolding from Lord Krishna. How are you behaving? What's wrong with you? I have never seen you like this, and I have known you not only in this life but many other lifetimes also. I have never ever seen you behave like this. What is going on? You are sitting and crying, and you are not the one to shy from a battlefield. You have vanquished so many people. Even I have lost track of that. And here you are, wondering how to do this, where to go, and fully paralyzed. Totally paralyzed. You are totally paralyzed by inaction. And not only you are paralyzed by inaction, the only thing that's not paralyzed is your mouth. Because you can't seem to stop talking. We have this side. What is that? Keeps on talking. And this is what he's doing. Keeping on talking. Limbs are paralyzed. Gandiva, the bow has slipped from his hands. Everything is gone. And then he himself is there, just not acting and just given to verbiage. Verbiage is what? Garbage in the form of words. Okay? That's why it rhymes. Garbage, verbiage. Okay? Garbage in the form of words. He's just talking nonsense. And he's all mixed up. But he keeps on talking. So then Arjuna gets a nice scolding. Shudram, this smallness, I don't know where you have picked up this smallness from. Hridaya Daurbalyam, the weakness of the heart. Tyaktva, again another tva. Tyaj plus tva, tyaktva. Tyaj, give up. Plus tva, having given up. So, tyaktva, having given up this weakness in the heart. Heart means resolve. This weakness of resolve. Uttishta, Parantapa. Parantapa is a little bit of like a B12, vitamin B12 injection, to give a little shot in the arm. You are the conqueror of all kinds of foes. As soon as the other side, the people who you are waging war against, they see you, they just feel like taking some paracetamol because they feel feverish just by you looking at them. The scorcher of enemies is called Parantapa. And so, Uttishta. Before that, what was he called? Partha, which means what? Mummy's boy, Mama's boy. Holding on to her sari, you are. You're not able to have the courage to face what cannot be changed. To accept that which cannot be changed. You are lacking this courage. And Arjuna, of course, cannot stop talking. He is deeply stunned. Nobody has spoken to him like this. Nobody has called him unmanly. Nobody has called him paralyzed. Nobody has said, shut up, get up, fight. Nobody has had to tell him that. It's like a person suffering from some shock. Sometimes you throw a bucket of cold water on them, or you slap them lightly, okay, yeah. Don't say, oh, this fellow has done a lot of things to me. Now I'm going to take advantage and give this fellow one. No. Lightly you slap, but you do it suddenly so that there is some break from that little trance of, what is that called? Self-absorbent state of shock where they are not able to face the reality, they are stuck there. So it helps them. So these two verses of scolding from the Bhagavad Krishna has had the effect of shocking him out of himself. He comes back, but he is as garrulous as ever. He has to say a few more things in his own defense. He says, come on Krishna, Katham, how? Aham, me, I, Bhishma, Drona. You may be Madhusudana. You are the one that kills egotistic demons and all these things. That's not me. You are Madhusudana. In other words, you go fight with them if you want. I am not going anywhere. Sankhye in the battle. Katham aham bhishmam cha dronam cha Madhusudana. Oh Madhusudana, Katham, how? Aham, I, Bhishmam cha dronam cha, Bhishma and Drona, Sankhye in the battlefield. Ishubhihi pratiyotsyami. How will I retaliate their arrows with arrows? He is also acknowledging that they will cast the first arrows. The first arrows will come from whom? Them alone. So Katham, how will I fight? How will I do this? What is going to happen? And why can't I fight them? They are apuja arhau. Arhaha means deserving of. Arhaha arhau. Dual. Why dual? Finally. So, since there are two, which two? Bhishma and Drona. Two people are there. Look at the verse, you will see. Katham Bhishmam Dronam cha Madhusudana. How will I Ishubhi with the arrows Pratiyotsyami? Yotsyami, I will fight. Pratiyotsyami, how will I fight back? Prati means against. One more prefix. Welcome one more prefix in your vocabulary. Prati, against. Anu, going with. Prati, opposite. So Yotsyami, I will fight. Prati Yotsyami, I will fight back. Katham Prati Yotsyami, how on earth will I fight back? Those people like Bhishma and Drona, who are what? Puja arhau, deserving of worship. These were not ordinary people. Bhishma, Drona, they were stalwarts, not just great warriors, but they were very, very, very dear to Arjuna. Bhishma was also a teacher to Arjuna in his young babyhood and childhood. He learnt a lot of things from him. Puja arhau. And then he calls him not only Madhusudana but Arisudana, the killer of enemies. So the killer of enemies, the killer of ego, you might be, I am not. So I am not in this place that I can do this. And so then, if I am not in this place, what to do? He is in between a rock and a hard place. This side there is fire. On the banks there is fire. Oh great, let's jump into the river. Unfortunately it's full of alligators. Where to go? Should I be burnt or should I become crocodile food? These are the only options that Arjuna saw. So if I don't fight, he had already said you are going to Naraka. When? Yesterday he told that you are going to Naraka, you are going to any of the 7 realms of hell. You will be going there. And then you think you are committing papa by fighting the war. I will say you are committing papa by not fighting the war. And so therefore what? Therefore he cannot not fight, right? Because just now he has been informed of the consequences of non-action. Okay then, let me fight. He can't fight either because here are people worthy of worship, worthy of his respect, worthy of his honor. And then what? And then he is fighting. He's being asked to fight. He can't fight. He can't not fight. And yesterday we pointed out why he can't run away. Why can't he run away? He is taking the morale of the entire battlefield with him. half the battlefield, 3/4 of the battlefield of his side will all go behind him. And those that remain will hate him and to the ends of time. And his reputation will be marred without anything left behind. It will be in tatters. Plus, it's a grave papa, dereliction of duty. It has both Drishtaphala and Adrishtaphala. Drishtaphala is court martial. Naturally, this is not the thing to be done. You don't sign up to go to the army and then when the battle breaks out, you just slip off when no one is looking. That's not done. This is called dereliction of duty. That is one thing. That is Drishtaphala. And then Drishtaphala also, everybody will be saying, this person is an idiot. This person is horrible. How could he do this to us? Lead us back into the jaws of who? The likes of Duryodhana, a tyrant, Atatai, terrorist. How could he do that? People would say. He can't lead. He doesn't know how to fight. So then he thinks very, very hard. And slowly but surely, a third option emerges in the heart. Yay, wonderful. What is this option? Pray tell the answer to all these woes. Sannyasa. Only in the Hindu tradition. Nowhere else. Nowhere else can you say, I am going to be a dropout. That's what a sannyasi is. A dropout. The one who has dropped out of society. In fact, unlike mainstream religions, we don't take the vow of poverty, chastity, and then what's the third one? Obedience. We don't have those vows. We have only one vow, and that is taken by a sannyasi. Ahimsa, non-injury to all beings. That means what? Not just injury, physically, mentally and emotionally also. That is why you drop out of competition and give all the living beings a dana. Dana means what? How do you say in English? There is no word. Okay, yeah. Dana. Dana means you give a gift here, because the closest that comes in this context is a gift. You gift the world something. Oh, what do you gift? You give them your money, you give them your time, you give them the gift of abhaya, no fear. From this day onwards, nobody on this earth need to be afraid of me. Nobody in the heavens, including Indra, who gets very nervous when somebody starts to do 100 yajnas. So on the 97th yajna, he will plot and put things in the yajna that should not be there, so that there is a break and you have to start from number 1 again. So unlike that, unlike the people trying to even vie, means compete for Indra's position, I am granting abhaya to Indra. I am granting abhaya to all the devatas, all the beings, everybody. This is what is called a dropout. This is what in the Shastra is called sannyasi. This is sannyasa. There is only one vow, ahimsa. No emotional injury, no physical injury, nothing. No injury through words. And then sometimes when the going is tough, what happens? The tough get going. Okay? And so here also the same situation is happening. When all the other options close, sannyasa starts to look very, very appealing. This looks wonderful. This is an answer to everything. I will order a couple of orange dhotis from Amazon. And then what? Wrap myself in them. And from Kurukshetra to Rishikesh or even Haridwar. Zyada dur nahi hai. It's not very far. I can just go there and sit under a tree. Forget war, forget Bhishma, forget Drona. That's why we say sannyasa is not taken, it is given. It is for this reason alone. It is not taken. It is given by the Guru when she or he thinks you to be fit for that. Oh, when will I be fit for sannyasa? When you no longer want it. Oh, that's exactly what it is. Because a longing for sannyasa is what? It's also a longing. The longing for sannyasa is not a longing for is not different from any other longing. Every longing is there because I don't feel a sense of belonging. When there is a sense of belonging, there is no more longing. And here the sense of belonging is with me. I have to feel at home with myself. When I am at home with myself, I am at home with everybody and everything all at once. I have to be at home with myself. What is myself? The meaning of the word Om, we are going to be told later on. Om is home. I have to be at home with Om. Om is myself, Om is Bhagavad, Om is the Jagat, Om is everything. So therefore, Arjuna's motivation here, where he starts to see orange everywhere. He wants to play orange. It is not a very good idea. Why? Because he is using it as a route of escape. Regardless of what the society thinks, sannyasa is not an escape route. It's not an escape route. It is not given for escape. It is given so that one can focus on the knowledge. It is given for the sake of assimilating the knowledge. That is the only reason. And so here we see the budding desire for Arjuna to go away somewhere into the forest and don orange clothes and a life of bhiksha. What is bhiksha? Alms. So you see in Thailand and in certain other Buddhist countries, you see the monks going on foot with begging for the food for the whole ashram. They may have ashram, many people they have to feed. So they only take they don't want cooked food, they want to go back and cook. So they will take rice, vegetables, any other milk products like 2-3 big vessels they have. But a sannyasi should not be a liability. If you go and move in with one family and demand, today I want this, tomorrow make laddus. Laddus means ball of calories. And day after tomorrow make kheer, rice pudding. And then after that make me this, make me that, make me kachoris, some kind of a fried snack that goes very well in the rainy season. Make me samosas, ditto, so make me bondas. All these things, that is not the idea. You don't become a liability on one family. By the way, I am having some guests at the ashram, double the amount of food you are giving. No. So in certain traditions, you are allowed to beg from 5 houses, certain kinds of sannyasis. Not that the person has a big stomach, for the sake of the ashram. Okay? In some traditions, in some lineages, paramparas, you can beg from 3 houses. And some sannyasis choose to just beg for themselves and go to only 1 house. Or you can go to a kshetra that is distributing food. Here there is one Kali, Kamliwala and so many other things. That you go at meal time, they don't ask you anything. You don't have to pay for it. You just put the container through the window and it is filled up and they give you 3-4 rotis and you go on your way. That is how it has worked. But for Arjuna, this is not an option. Taking bhiksha, alms, what you call lunch, the fancy word for the sannyasi's lunch is bhiksha. Same thing may be eaten, but it's the mode of eating it. The mode of getting it, we have to always remember that it is something that is begged, that is asked for. And when you ask for something, you are very, very mindful of how much you consume and you are very, very mindful of not wasting anything. And so, this is not a lifestyle for Arjuna. There are rules on who can take bhiksha. Sannyasi can take bhiksha because that is the lifestyle. Or brahmacharinis can take bhiksha. Why? Because they have given their life, they have declared that they are giving their life only for study. They are not going to do any business on the side. And so they can take bhiksha. Is Arjuna a sannyasi? No. Is Arjuna a brahmachari? No. Very much married. He is a father. He is a grandfather also. So bhiksha is not an option for him. Yet he says the following. Let us see the next verse, very interesting. Gurun Mahanubhavan hi ahatva shreyah bhoktum bhaikshyam api ihaloke. Ihaloke, in this world, shreyah is better. Bhaikshyam bhoktum, to lead a life where one takes alms, to beg for one's food, which is the upalakshana, which is the example for what? Indicator for sannyasi. It's better to be a sannyasi. It's better to beg, to lead a life of a sannyasi, to beg for one's food in this world. Mahanubhavan gurun ahatva, without killing, hatva, without killing what? Gurus who are mahanubhavaha, meaning who are great, greatly experienced, great because of their adherence to dharma. Of course, present situation exempted because here they are on the side of adharma. Previously they were on the side of dharma, so we have to honor that. So this is the first 2 lines. In the first 2 lines, what is he saying? It is better to lead a life of taking alms, inconvenient as it is, rather than to kill one's gurus who are great souls. What is the other option? That is given in the next 2 lines. Hatva guruna ihaiva. Hatva gurun. Take this like this. Hatva gurun. Having killed the gurus. Hatva gurun. Arthakamanstu bhunjiya bhogan rudhira pranidhan ihaiva. So, having killed the gurus here itself, then what will happen if I kill the gurus? All the other people on the other side of the battle will declare surrender because these are the leaders. And then what will happen? We will win the war. And then if we win the war, what will happen? Kingdom will come to me. And then kingdom will come means all my artha desires will be fulfilled. Artha, security. I don't have to go back 12 years into the forest. Imagine, I in the forest in those days, you were cat food. Cat food? Yeah, big cat food. You were the prospective lunch, lion's lunch you were. Anytime you walked around, a lion saw it and said, oh, there goes my lunch, and followed you, pounced on you. It could happen in a trice. And if not lion, you could catch some disease. No doctors, no vaidyas, nothing. Anything was to catch. Fever, some viral infection, bacterial infection, and sepsis. So many things could happen. One could just go. And also, even if something was wrong with somebody's heart, no way of knowing. One just drops. And so for these reasons, a life in the forest was even now it is difficult. There is one, I haven't seen it, I was told this. There is one TV show which is called How to Live in the Wild or something like that. People are just sent with one matchbox and something, and they are told to just survive in the wild while being filmed. Very great anomaly, but anyhow. So, even that is hard. People give up, even that. After 2-3 days, they drop out of this TV show. They don't want to go on because it is scary. So imagine 5,000 years ago, how it would have been. Terribly frightening. 5,000? No, in another yuga. But still, so thousands and thousands of years ago, how it would have been. Very, very frightening, very, very scary. And so, here that problem is solved. Artha is there, security is there when the kingdom is regained. There is great security. I can breathe finally after 13 years of just looking to the side, looking back, looking to the side, looking up to see if there is a snake coming down from a tree or something, and looking on the ground to see if there is anything creepy crawlies on the ground. This is how I have lived. I can relax. Artha is taken care of. And along with the kingdom comes the people who fan. Till their arms fall out, they have to keep fanning the king. And the queen who are sitting there in the darbar. Darbar means court. And in your court you will have all kinds of singers, dancers, and knowledgeable people to entertain you. All kinds of shows come to town. Wonderful. You get soft mattress to sleep on, unlike the forest. And you get sung a lullaby before going to sleep. And before you wake up, another, what to call that, wake-a-bye is sung to wake you up. And this is the life of pleasure. Yes, you have a lot of responsibility, but there are all mantris. Mantris means ministers to take care of. So, Hatva Arthakaman Bhunjiya. I would be enjoying Arthakama. Definitely Bhunjiya, I would be enjoying, I would be consuming. From Bhuj to consume, I would be enjoying Arthakama. Two, however, what kind of Arthakamas? Deep blood. Blood-stained Artha I will be enjoying. Blood-stained desires I will be fulfilled. Each time somebody comes to give me some fruits, I will see the fruit dish stained with blood. Each time I am sleeping in my soft bed chamber with soft bed mattress covers, etc. I will be thinking it is stained with what kind of blood? Guru's blood. Guru's blood. These are the Gurus. These are the stalwarts. These are the Mahatmas, great souls. And here I am enjoying things which are blood stained. How can I do that? Because whenever I enjoy something, I will immediately think of them. I will have PTSD, thinking of them, thinking of how my arrows pierced the heart, how Drona fell, how it happened, all this I will never be able to forget. So, therefore, it is better to softly go in from this battlefield to an unknown place in Haridwar or Rishikesh. Wear orange, grow a beard, sit under a tree with a Bhiksha Patra. What is that? Begging bowl. Begging bowl on the floor or in hand. Sit there. Why? Because this is a very, very tough situation. If I jump in the water, snapping alligators, they are there waiting for me to come. And if I remain on land, there is a fire that is engulfing me. Very difficult situation. And you have to give him credit for finding out the best way forward. The third option that would have eluded most people, he found out. We have to give him credit for that. And we have to give him credit because Krishna is not going to give him credit, as we will see. Okay? And so this is what he says in this verse, in the 5th verse. Having not killed the Gurus, it is better to spare the life of the Gurus and then lead a life of Bhiksha, going from place to place. Whatever hardships I have to endure, I will, rather than kill these Gurus. Otherwise, otherwise having killed the Gurus, then what will happen? Bhunjiya bhoga, I will be enjoying Arthakama, definitely, in the form of bhoga, definitely, but what kind of thing? Rudhira pradigdhan soaked, Rudhira, blood soaked enjoyments, making me feel guilty at all times. But then again he is confused, even with the third option. If he had just taken the third option and gone away, even Krishna would not have stopped him. But he is not quite ready for that as well. So, the third option also he is not convinced is the right one. And he wants to know what is the right option. Naja etat vidmaha. Vidmaha is the verb. We do not know this. We do not know. Etat na vidmaha. We do not know this. What is it that you do not know? Katarat nahu gariyaha. So, which of the two is greater? The word gariyas, gariyaha, gariyas is made up, is a comparative word. Like we have good. What is the comparative of good? Oh,
better.
That's better. Okay. This is how to catch. What is the superlative of good? Best. English, it is not fun because you can't really put suffixes and then make it the same. What is the connection between good and better? No connection at all. It's all random and arbitrary. English is boring. But in Sanskritam, Guru plus es, Gariyas, Gariyaha, better. And then if you want to say best, one way of saying it is Ishtha, you put. Garishtaha, Ishthan, another pratyeka. Ishthan and Iyasun. These are two pratyekas which I allow you to promptly forget. Okay? Yeah. I permit you to promptly forget. Then we have another pair of comparative and superlative suffixes, taram and tamam. So you can put the same thing, guru plus tara, guru tara, guru plus tama, guru tama. Gurutama, greatest. Gurutara, better. Greater. Okay. So, na etat vidmaha, we do not know this. Katarat, na ugariyaha. Which out of the two is greater? Which out of the two? Two means what? Two options. Greater. Where are the options? Wait, they are going to come in the next line. Yadva jayema. Jayema. So, whether we are victorious over them, option number one, or what is the other option? They are victorious over us. Next option. Which option of the two is better? I don't know. If they are victorious over us, what does that mean? Us means he's talking not the royal we, he's saying the Pandavas. If they are victorious over us, what happens to us? Back to the forest we go. Big cat food, worried about crossing rivers, crocodiles, crocodile-infested rivers, and killer whale-infested oceans, and then all kinds of difficulties. Not 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 12 years more. Not a home to call our own, and not a place. A very sad situation for a kingly royal family. This is if we don't fight, and if we somehow survive, if we are not become the fodder of their arrows. Then, if we fight, what happens? We kill them, and then we have blood-soaked fruits and blood-soaked ice cream and blood-soaked cake and everything. Wherever we are, we see blood, like that lady Macbeth syndrome. She kept on washing her hands, even though there was nothing there, because of her guilt and her pain of having engineered her brother-in-law's death. Why? Because she wanted her husband to become the king. The brother-in-law was the rightful ruler. She had him. She hired one hitman, one gunda, and had him butchered so that her husband could ascend the throne. Throne was God, but she couldn't enjoy it. She died in madness. She died just feeling so completely out of her mind, seeing red and blood everywhere where it was not. And so that is one option where we will feel very guilty, we don't want to live. And he's going to say that further. And so I don't know which is better. Here we see a slight transformation in Arjuna. Is it me, or do you also see that? What is it that you see? Show me at least one sign of life.
If he fights, he starts thinking about it.
Yeah.
And if he fights, then he will enjoy the
Blood-soaked enjoyment. Yeah.
Yes. So Red thinking the outcomes of the city. He's
Yeah.
thinking of the outcomes of the battle.
Yes, he's thinking of the outcome of the battle. He's wondering he's going further ahead in his thought, practically weighing the two. Before he was not even thinking of the fight. Now at least it's an option he is considering. And he is accepting, maybe I don't know. That is where help comes. If you say, I know. How? In India we have this bad habit. No sooner than somebody else starts to know, I know. How do you know what I'm going to say? I know. It's become a cultural pattern. Most everybody does it. No sooner one person begins to talk, I know. And that's why it's very difficult to give directions to anybody in India. You tell people, you take a left near that road where there is a bank. You take the left as soon as you see the bank. I know. Then if you know, why are you asking? Arjuna was a know-it-all in chapter 1. He knew civics, he knew dharma, he knew sociology, because the sociology of warfare, he gave a huge lecture. If you translate it and write it down, it would be a PhD dissertation. He knew the psychology of warfare, how the children would grow fatherless, and all these things. He knew the costs of war, he knew this, he knew that, he knew what would happen. He knew history. Previous history had indicated that the colonizers would take over, he knew that. He was in a know-it-all mode. Now he has come down a few pegs. Am I right? Do I really know? And he is accepting. Na vidmaha katarat u gariya. Raja etat vidmaha. And we don't know this. We don't know what is better out of the two options. Yadva jayena, yadiva no jayehu. So whether they win is better or whether we win is better, each one is fraught with so many difficult options, so many difficult outcomes. Don't know which is better. And then he acknowledges one more thing. Yaneva hatva, having killed those, na jijivishamaha. Jijivishamaha, jivitum ichhamaha. So, it's a desiderative, just like mumuksha, jijivisha, jigyasa, mumuksha, jijivisha, jivitum ichha. So, the desire to live. Having killed whom, for us, the desire to live is not at all there. Those very people, they avasthitaha pramukhe, they are standing right in front of us. Don't forget that Lord Krishna had pulled the chariot close to all these stalwarts. Yaneva hatvana jijivishamaha te avasthitaha pramukhe. Dhartarate dhartarashtraha avasthitaha pramukhe. These Dhartarashtra, sons of Dhritarashtra, and these gurus, these aforementioned gurus, are all standing right in front of us. Then not only does he admit that he may not be thinking straight and he may not know, in verse number 7, he is going to admit one more thing, that he is thinking badly. He is not thinking properly. His thinking is impaired, he is going to say. Let us chant that. Karpanya doshopa hatasvabhavaha pritchami tvam dharma sammudhajetaha yadhreyasya Nishchitam bruhi tanme Shishyasteham shadhi Mam tvam prapannam. Mark this as a very important verse, because here we see in the first two lines we see him admitting that he is thinking badly and that he needs help. In the second two lines, we see his total transformation from Arjuna, the warrior, Arjuna, the householder, Arjuna, the know-it-all, to Arjuna, I don't know anything, please be my guru. And whether you are my guru or not, I am your Shishya. Shadhi Mam. Shadhi doesn't mean Shadi. Okay? Shadi in Hindi means marriage. It is Dha Mahaprana. Shadhi. Shadhi means from Shas, to teach. Shadhi, teach me. Shadhi Mam, teach me. What kind of me? Vam prapannam mam. Pra plus pat, prapanna. The one that has fallen into a namaskara in front of you, the one that has taken refuge in you, the one that has surrendered to you, unto him that is me, unto that kind of a me who has surrendered to you, who has sought you as the only refuge. It's not like you go to one guru in the morning, one guru in the afternoon, one guru in the evening. Once when I was in America, one person came, attended one lecture. After the lecture said, "Can you be my guru?" It was just asked like that. And then I said, "Why?" Because it just came out of the blue without any preamble, nothing. I said, "Why?" And he said, "Because I am a collector. I have a lot of gurus and I am collecting gurus." He actually said this. So I have this Baba and he agreed to be my guru. I went to this Mataji, she agreed to be my guru. I went to this Amma, she agreed to be my guru. I went to that Appa, he agreed to be my guru. I went to this Swami, he agreed to be my guru. And then I said, "Then what do you do?" He says, "I take a photo with them and put them in the collection, in a glass, what is that called? Showcase. Showcase. Put the glass showcase." So this is not the spirit in which the instruction is to be asked for. As we will see from this verse when we do this in detail. I don't want to start it today because we will do it in detail tomorrow. And so the guru is not meant for collection. Guru is also not because I'm scared and I want somebody to phone every morning, evening and night. I'm having a wardrobe malfunction. Do you know what a wardrobe malfunction is? Yeah? The celebrities have it. They don't know what to wear. And when they don't know what to wear, they want somebody to call. Yeah, so this is the occupational hazards of being a Swami stationed abroad. Okay? Yeah, so we have seen it all. And also we think. So that is not the spirit of this asking for instruction. Instruction means spiritual instruction. And instruction here means remove this confusion that is in the mind. Remove the source of this confusion. Not just what to do in this battle, yes, but remove the source of this confusion so that I'm back to myself and so that I know what is the best thing for me. Up till now I have been guessing. So please tell me, you tell me what is the best thing for me and you give me that. That is the prayer. So very beautiful verse. And then in honor of him asking for Guru, there is some prasada to distribute afterwards. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari